Well, welcome back. Now let's get into the papers. We have the Daily Trust, the Guardian, the Punch, the Daily Independent, and the Vanguard on our table this morning. I would like to start off with the Vanguard newspaper. All right, so going straight to it. Well, just so you know, this is not the usual. This is not the usual paper analysis that we used to have. We'll just look at the headlines, and then much later in the day at 9 o'clock, we'll be dissecting the stories from the papers proper. And we'd like for you to stay with us as we get into that one. All right, so now you know. A lot of things are changing right here on VOP TV, and we'd like you, our esteemed viewers, to come along with us as we go through this process. And we must say a very big thank you to you for staying with us, standing by us all through. This is Voice of the People Television, where you have more than a voice. Having said that, the Vanguard newspaper has this headline, banner headline here. The headline reads, "Distress as harsh economy forces shutdown of over 50 firms. 80% others in low capacity utilization. Over 100,000 employees thrown into job market. Labour begs FG to intervene." Okay. And then on top of the nameplates, Tinubu commissions 30 hybrid CNG buses. Alleged 5.4 billion naira shares, alleged 5.4 billion shares. CBN, FBN Holdings ask courts to dismiss Barbican Capital's suit. Alleged 5.4 billion shares. CBN, FBN Holdings ask courts to dismiss Barbican Capital's suit. And then there's a sub-rider there. Cite inability of plaintiff to provide necessary documents to substantiate its shareholding. Going further down, there is a pictorial there. But underneath that one, major concern really, well, I feel some kind of way about this one. 2024 WASC, that's what West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Credit passes in English, maths lower than 2023 figure. Southeast monarchs, clergy decry ethnic profiling of Igbo. Shaibu resumes as Edo deputy governor. He's an imposter government. Catholic bishop to FG, save Nigerians from multi-dimensional poverty. We will engage market leaders to check exploitative pricing, We will engage market leaders to check exploitative pricing. That's according to the FCCPC boss. And yes, these are the headlines from the cover page of the Vanguard newspaper.
All right, moving on to Daily Independent. The banner headline on the Daily Independent this morning reads, "CNG for transport, an economic necessity," and that is according to Tinubu. We have the riders to be commissions buses to ease commuters' transport needs. NNPC Foundation donates 10 CNG buses to DAP Man. And then we have the window headlines. Above the nameplate, Edo government says Shaibu impersonating deputy governor after he resumed office. Abandoned projects in Nigeria stands at over 17 trillion naira, and this is according to project managers. And we have other headlines on the Daily Independent this morning to be: FG vows to crack down on contractors over school building collapse. Zenith Bank targets African expansion with proceeds of hybrid offer. That is on page 7 of the Daily Independent. Wike man Okocha vows to challenge ruling sacking of Rivers APC CTC. Wike's man Okocha vows to challenge ruling sacking Rivers APC CTC. And the writers are, "Nobody can push us out of party," says Bekay. And that is on page 6 of the Daily Independent. Gunmen kill varsity lecturer, deputy registrar, others in Taraba. And we have another bold headline on the Daily Independent this morning. Police condo of Rivers APP Secretariat after explosives attack. Police condone of Rivers APP Secretariat after explosive attack. Opposition urges investigation, demands perpetrators' arrest. Opposition urges investigation, demands perpetrators' attack. And we have the last but not the least of the headlines, the bottom strip to be immigration to prosecute woman who tore husband's passport. Immigration to prosecute woman who tore husband's passport. And those are the headlines we have on the Daily Independent this morning.
All right. All right. So that's Daily Independent down, Vanguard down, and we do have some other headlines that we'll have to touch on.
Next is Punch. The major headline is FG governors reach 3-month agreement on local government allocation.
All right.
And the rider is government worried about 1990 era when local governments couldn't pay teachers, workers' salaries. Still on the Punch, we have Zenith Bank begins 290 billion capital raise. We also have Russian flag. Police move suspects to Abuja. Prosecution charges. Mohbad's family opposes late singer's anniversary event. Revenue-generating agencies failed to remit 4 billion naira. On top of the nameplate, you have protest. Inflation top as Council of State meets today. Marketers project 600 naira per litre for Dangote petrol. Tinubu unveils 30 hybrid CNG buses.
All right, that headline obviously can be found in some of the dailies, like we did take that one from the Vanguard. Is something to be jubilant about. 30 CNG buses for Nigeria of over 2 million people. Oh well, we'll look into that one in the course of time.
There's another headline beside the nameplate of that Punch newspaper that reads 215,267 results withheld for malpractices, says WAEC.
Oh yes. We'll talk more about that one. We'll talk more on some of these headlines much later at 9 o'clock when we go into the analysis of it proper. But let's move away from the Punch now. I have the Guardian newspaper. You want to? Okay. I should take it. All right, I'll take it then. The Guardian newspaper has its banner headline, National Broadband Plan. FG may miss 2025 target as 136 million Nigerians lack internet access. And then there's a breakdown there. Court throws out application to bar Nigerians from further protest against hunger. One wonders why this is happening, if that be the case. Tinubu rolls out locally made CNG buses to ease transportation. Locally made CNG buses to ease transportation. Is it locally made? Is it locally converted? Those are two different things. Nigeria-bound vessels pay $620 million war risk insurance premium. Shaibu resumes as Edo State Deputy Governor. NYSC invalidates certificates of IOI Unical students. All right. And Labour vows to picket states on failure to implement new minimum wage. How successful have they been in the past? How successful has Labour been with picketing states that were unable to pay the 30,000 naira minimum wage? Will they be successful in picketing those that are unable to pay 70,000 naira minimum wage? Oh well, conversations ongoing. Conversations ongoing. All right then, I do believe those are all the headlines we have from the cover page of the Guardian newspaper. All right, Chukuma.
And so next is Daily Trust.
Okay.
Just below the nameplate, you have Yakasai Yadudu caution Tinubu on new constitution. Ohaneze MBF back move. Probe 9 billion naira Olympics funding. Stakeholders tell Tinubu. I guess that's huge. 9 billion naira.
9 billion naira was spent and no award won.
No medal.
No medal
No
won.
medal. Gunmen kill 12 in Taraba, Zamfara, Niger, and Kaduna. That's more like has become the part of our story, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
And the major headline reads, floods kill 7 in Jigawa, Kebbi, with the riders, submerged roads, farmlands, displaced hundreds in Bauchi, Yobe. This again has become perennial. It happens every other year, and we don't have an answer to that particular
Even
challenge.
when NIMET warns us.
Good. Is it
NIMET?
Is it after the warning? What happens?
That's the thing. Even when they told us
Good.
about the flooding.
Going just below the major headline, you have Tinubu commissions again CNG buses swears in HOS head of service. Zenith Bank shops for 289.38 billion naira capital for expansion, SMEs and IT. Police trailed Sudan crisis mastermind to Labour House. That's coming from the Inspector General of Police, the Labour House. Okay. That's interesting.
That was
and there's a pictorial there. I think it's all about the Zenith Bank public offer. Is it public offer or what it is? But there's a pictorial there, and it's just about the Zenith Bank ongoing business.
Right.
Ongoing business. And that's it. That's all for now from the Daily Trust.
Yes, those are the headlines we have for you at this moment. Well, these are the headlines from different dailies. We'll touch on all of this much later at 9 o'clock. Just a reminder that you stay with us as we go deep into all these headlines, dissecting these headlines, making sense of it all at 9 o'clock, from 9 all the way till 10. All right? And, well, that's how it's going to be on the show. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll be looking at some of the topics on our radar this morning.